Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Lotus D. Please feel free to unwind and sit with me. Hopefully, it won't be more than 15 minutes of your time, but definitely if you have a break, coffee break, etc., then I'm so happy that you chose to deep dive with me a little bit into manifestation. We are going into part two of manifestation. So here we go. All right, let's get into it. So, how it works. We talked about yesterday what it was. So we definitely want to talk about how it works. And for those of you who were not on here yesterday, no, just kidding. For those of you who just found me out today, please feel free to reference back to yesterday, just to keep you up on speed and where we're at. Okay, so y'all can catch up. But how does it work? Manifestation suggests that by focusing on your desires, you can reprogram your subconsciousness, right? So, your subconsciousness, it's really important, mind, and attract opportunities and circumstances that align with your goals. So we all have goals. If you don't have goals, we gonna get some. We gonna get you some goals today. Right? You need to have goals. You gotta have goals. You gotta want to reach. You gotta be able to reach for something else. And if you and I think sometimes people don't think they have it. And they're like, goals. What are? I mean, I think about it, but I don't really know what that means. D. When I talk to some of my consultants or I have my consultations, talk to some of my customers, I'm like, okay, clients, here we go. You got goals. You wouldn't call me if you weren't trying to get what? That promotion? Or you're trying to acquire what? A life change? So there's so many different things that align with that. And this is what we're going to talk about. How does manifestation really work? So this process is not about magic because I've had people, I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm going to mention it again. I am not here. I am not a witch. I am not spinning a wand. I am not going to say, you too to be magnificent. That is not who I am. I'm not a Disney character. I used to love Disney when I was a child. I really, truly did. It has changed since then. That's all I'm going to say about that. Continue. So it's not magic, but rather it's about harnessing the power of your actions and beliefs and ultimately your reality. So when you think about harnessing, think about, you know, all the things that your life. And your life, I always consider myself in a bubble. I mean, obviously, there's no bubble around me that you see, but I have one. My bubble consists of my thoughts, my energy, my actions, my manifestation, which means all those things together, my desires, the outcome of that. And those outcomes literally permeate beyond my bubble sometimes. They bring people into my bubble, which is why I have close friends. It brings family members in to understand me more, things of that nature. But all in all, what it does is I'm harnessing my energy to put forth what I believe is right for me. Now, the question is, and I've had this a couple of times, D, I don't know what's right for me. Can you help me figure that out? That is an individual moment. And if so, please consult. Please feel free to leave a comment and I will be glad to consult with you. Seriously. I don't want you to think I'm being funny. I'm not. I'm just stating the facts. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm just on here spewing out my 15 minutes or whatever and not there for you if that's indeed what you need to know. So again, I do consultations on a regular basis. I am a certified coach, not just a life coach. Like, she's a life coach. I'm certified, honey. I put in my work. I put it in because that's what I harness. That's the focus I have to get to because I love people. So therefore, I'm doing this not because, oh, let's make that money. It's really to effectively make sure that you are there. Now, does a girl got to eat? Yes. Does she have to live? Yes. Okay. But that being said, that does not mean in any regard that I'm not here for you if you should reach out to me. Okay. So please understand that. I want to make sure I put that out there because I hear a lot out there in these streets from other consultants. And I want to make sure that I do not come out or come off, excuse me, as one of those people. All right. So there are different ways of ensuring that happens. I just want to go one more time over how it works. And I know this is a little, but we're going to dissect it a little bit better because I kind of ran through that really quickly. Manifestation suggests that by focusing on your desires, you can reprogram your subconscious mind and attract opportunities and circumstances that align with your goals. So we're going to cut that down a little bit. Manifestation, oh, manifestation suggests that by focusing on your desires, you can reprogram your subconscious. Reprogram. Why would you need to reprogram your subconscious, your subconsciousness? Why? I can tell you why. Because a lot of times, unfortunately, as children, we thought that we had to do something accordingly to what our parents said, and they thought that we should be. I've had friends that say, I'm a lawyer because, and they hate it. They wish they could just paint all day. And they would probably be magnificent at it. But they are like, but how much money can I make from that? You don't know till you try. Just saying. While you're going through this process, you could be going through this process to figure it out. And if given grace by God, given some type of grace, you're able to do that, how you doing? Amazing, correct? Amazing results. But you have to be that person that says, this is not enough for me. I need more of this. And you have to say, I'm going to do that. I'm going to start today. It may be you start today, and that start today might take a minute. It did for me. Trust and believe. I did not get on here and go, I'm about this podcast. Let's go with this podcast life. It took a second. It took a minute. It took more than a minute, obviously. But that being said, I had to reprogram my mind. I had to reprogram it and say, okay, you're used to directly dealing with people in your face. Been a manager for years in retail. And all of a sudden, I'm here sitting on my big, nice couch, or in this case, my chair, and enjoying myself talking to you guys about all different things that make the world go round and make you the beautiful persons that you are. And we're digging a little bit deeper so you can find out more about yourself, so you can really reach yourself. Do you know how many people? I'm going there. Do you have any idea how many people on this planet that do not know themselves? I'm not going to give you any stats. I'm not going to give you percentage. I normally do come with that. I'm not doing that today. I just want to put it out there. You're not alone. There's so many people who do not have any idea of who they are because they've always spin their bubble for everyone else. That was me. And I said, guess what? I'm kicking the bubble open. It's like a box, right? People say, don't put me in a box. Don't put me in a box. In this case, my bubble got popped, honey. And then another one came and another one formed because there was no way on this green earth that I was going to stay in that bubble for someone else when I wasn't happy in it. So unhappy. You too deserve that for yourself. All right, so what's the next part it talks about? Ooh, so it says subconscious mind and track opportunities and circumstances that align with your goals. You have to find goals that suit you. People are always about that too. They're like, goals. Okay, so I want this other job. I'm like, okay, that's great. Any other goals? What do you mean? Any other goals? I mean, yeah, you know, goals. It's not all about work. Yeah, you know, right now, because of the government and everything else, people think about money. It's not all about money. It's about life and living it to the fullest, or at least to a point where you feel some type of joy or happiness. Whether it's got to be health in there somewhere, right? Health has got to be in there somewhere. Being healthy, that's a huge thing for me right now. Real talk. Being healthy is huge. Um, Health. Being healthy helps you negate through life, or navigate in this case, through life, and being able to have a little bit more kindness. Because when you're going through your predicaments or your health issues or your health possibilities or your health, or even just, and it can be mental health, it doesn't matter. This is what a well being channel, this is what we're here for. This is what I'm here for to talk to you guys about. So let's just keep it 100 right now, right? I want you guys to be truthful with yourselves. How is your mental health? How are you feeling right now? I have a really good friend that's my bestie, and one of my besties, and she's going through it because she's an empath and she can't barely watch TV. And I told her, I said, no, don't watch it. She goes, well, what? I said, if something comes to the seriousness, you got a husband. He'll let you know. He always say, babe, okay, we're going to the bunker. You know what I mean? If that's that seriousness of it. I said, do not keep doing that to yourself. It's fear mongering anyway. There's so many different channels. I may not talk about politics and I may not talk about religion, but I will always talk about what our cultural events are. And right now, we're all going through it together, if not individually. So, that being said, you still got to have goals. I don't care. You got to have them. It's going to give you something to reach for. If you have nothing to reach for, then you're just going to sit here and watch YouTube or, excuse me, well, YouTube. Hey, how you doing? But you're going to be watching stuff that unfortunately may bring you down. We don't want that. There's so many distractions out there too, right? So many distractions. They're put there for a reason. Y'all already know. Okay. All right. So align with your goals. Goal setting. Figure those goals out, guys. Figure out what you just, I don't care if it's a small goal. It could be, I'm going to eat by 7 o'clock every day so I don't carry over any type of food to the next day and I sleep like a baby and I wake up and it's this, that, and the other. I'm gonna do better at my health as well when it comes to my well being of making sure I'm taking care of me in that regard. One step, right? It could be mental health. I'm going to make sure that every day I take 15 minutes to go look and see what is Little D talking about today. She talking about what she talking? You know what she talking about? Okay, well we need to find out. I'm just saying. I'm being cute, but seriously, take those times for yourself. All right, this process is not about magic. People think, oh, magic is harnessing yourself, harnessing the power of yourself in order for you to conquer the world. Stop. I am not doing any magic tricks, nor have I ever done magic tricks, nor do I like magic tricks. They're called tricks. That word. Okay, that part. Understand? Good. All right. So this ain't magic because in order to put in the work, you ain't got no tricks. You got to be able to stand on all 10 toes and be able to say, I did this. I did that. I accomplished that goal because I did this on my 10 toes. No one else's, nothing because you harnessed it in your mind and it became so. This is not how that works, guys. We're talking about it. We're talking about the real deal here. Putting in the work. Manifestation. So, the power of your actions, beliefs, and ultimately your reality. Now, that being said, some of our realities are not the same realities. Some of us are living right here in the present time, and some of us are living somewhere else. Okay. Wake up. Wake up. I know everybody's like, oh no, she's going to talk about being woke. Just wake up. If you're telling me, D, I hear you. I am going to get myself together. I realize what I need to do and I will do it, then great. If you're telling me, D, I have no idea what you're talking about, can you please clarify? Then that's a whole nother conversation afterwards. After this. Afterwards, after this. Seriously. No jokes, all jokes aside. Not everybody gets it. Nobody understands it. But for those that do, thank you. And for those that are wanting to get it, thank you as well. So, tomorrow we will talk about key takeaways and discussing what those key takeaways are for manifestation. But I thank you. And yes, I did 2 videos in the same day. That's why I have on the same attire. Guys, you already know. I don't do this. I change it up. Gotta keep you guessing. But tomorrow will be a new day. And that will be, of course, Monday. I don't work on weekends. But you never know. It's been known to happen. But that being said, I thank you so much for tuning in today. Today is the 12th, Friday, and I'm so grateful to have you all. at this channel. As always, please like and subscribe. Until then, please try to remember and come back with some of those manifestations. Please feel free to put in the comments your manifestations. I mean, once you kind of like think about it and then you write it, you know what I mean? Because again, going back to visual, audio, etc., um, then that's when you really can see what you need to do, and the process begins. It may take some time. I don't expect everybody to go, I'm going to get in that manifestation. I'm going to write that down tonight. Some of you will, but some of you won't. And that's okay too. Start in your own due time, but at least begin it. The thought process starts first, right? Touches the heart process, or should I say the heart. Emotionally, you start thinking with the thought and the heart, which is the emotional intelligence that you all have on here. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it begins. From there, you can put it out into the world. All right. Have a great one. Enjoy your weekend, guys. I look forward to you next week, Monday. And then we will go into key takeaways for manifestation. I'll come up with some other cute little things on top of that. But until then, please be safe. Stay prayed up. Yeah. And always, always, always believe in you, because you are a powerful being and you have those gifts in you already at birth, given to you. All right. Take care. Stay light out there. Keep that light lit. Bye.